Alright guys, welcome back. So what the hell do I have here? This is part of a Cuisinart toaster oven. I had thrown it out. It's been sitting on the side of my house. We're waiting for the garbage to come and pick it up. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I could actually use some of the metal. So I cut the top off and the two sides. And why do I need the metal? Because I'm trying to make a switch plate for this. And I think you guys would appreciate seeing me make a switch plate instead of buying a plate. There's not much available real estate inside the Corvette to mount the switch. And as you guys heard, I'm not happy with the push button switch, with that momentary switch. It's just going to be kind of awkward holding that down. I would like my right hand to be on the shifter rather than have my right hand on the button. And the only good place to mount the switch would be in the ashtray, which I don't use. And I did see some guys buy, I went on the Corvette forum, and I saw mention that guys buy a nitrous express plate or nitrous outlet. And then I went on the computer and I saw those plates. One was $100, another one was $55. So I'm thinking I could make something. Took this little piece of cardboard, just messing around. Maybe I could get it something like that to sit in there. Then the problem is you don't have enough room to put like a screw or a rivet here, or at the bottom, or on this side. You could put one on top. So I might have to bend a flap over here or inside and put a screw through. So let me see what I could do. Let me mess around with this. And that would be kind of funny if I could get a Cuisinart toaster oven parts in the Corvette. But I think you guys appreciate seeing a guy make a part rather than buying a part. Now, yeah, if I just ordered the one for $55 or $100, save time. But I'm going to give this a shot. Let's see if I can do it. And then if I am successful, then I'll paint this black. Alright, so let me see what I can do and I'll be back. Okay, so we're inside the car. Actually, you don't really have room on just this side for a screw or a rivet. You could get one on the bottom. Yeah, you could get one on the bottom. And on this side you can, and on the top. Top you have the most room. So it's just this side. So maybe I could put a tab, make a tab down here, and then a tab up here, and maybe one here, or not. Yeah, probably just a tab on here and here should work. Alright, so let me give that a shot. Let me get the switch. Hold on one second. So here's the switch again. You gotta hold it. So this is a momentary switch, and this is good, and safety-wise, this is ideal. Because if you just have an on-off switch, there's always a chance you could just, accidentally hit it, and you don't want to lock up your front wheels as you're driving. So I don't recommend what I'm doing to anyone, but just, how am I going to do a burnout? Where would I mount the switch? I could put it right here. But then I have to sit there and hold it down as I'm doing a burnout? I don't know, it's just inconvenient. Yeah, you could put it here, but then there's also a good chance somebody could hit it as you're driving. So, and these are not tabs that just pop out, otherwise I would put it here. It would be so easy. But this is like part of the plastic framing that houses all of this stuff. So, let me get to it. Let me figure out what I could do. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. This has a tab on it already. So I can use that tab on the bottom of the ashtray and then trace it out, cut it, trim it, and then just bend the tab. Like I go across here and bend the tab. So that's what I have. So as silly as it looks and sounds, I think I could get it to work. And it doesn't cost me anything. Alright, so let me get my tin snips and try to cut this. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. It's just a rough shape, so please don't go bitching and complaining. So there we got the tab from the factory basically already in place. That'll be the tab on that side, that could be the tab on that side, and that could be the tab on this side. Yes, of course, we have to clean it up, but it's just a rough shape. So let's see if I can get it to work. I think I should have just bought that plate for 55 bucks. Probably would have been easier. But not everyone has money to spend, so I believe you guys will appreciate this more. All right. Let me try to will. Actually, I got to go to work now. So that'll have to wait for another day. No more playtime for today. All right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm simplifying my designs. I cut the tab off on this side and the tab off on this side here. I scribed the metal. I was basically able to cut it out. So now I'm going to fold it basically at that scribe line. Fold it over. And then I could clean up this plate. I'll get the edges smooth to line up pretty good. So I just got to bend this top tab over. Let me figure out how I'm going to bend this. I've got a couple of ideas, and I've done it a couple of ways in the past, and it's worked fine. So I'll be back. Give me a minute. Okay, so I got my vise here. These pads, these are metal. They bolt in like that. You have this sharp edge here, this rough edge, and you need a crisp edge in order to bend something straight. So I flip the pads around, and basically I'm going to sandwich the plate in between like this, and I scribe the line. So when you scribe the line, the metal will usually tend to bend at that scribe. So I'll get it lined up, and then I'll hammer it over slowly and gently. Just knock it over a couple times. So we'll see. That's how I've done it in the past. I've also used another technique. So let me get this set up. Maybe I can film it, maybe I can't. See what I can do. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm all ready to set. I've got it lined up with the scribe line. I'm just basically gonna, I could probably just push it over with my hands. Let me just try that. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much. I'm going to tap it down now. Alright, so it's about 5 seconds later. Basically, I took this flat ruler, laid it down there, took this mallet, boom, boom, 2-3 times, and I now have a nice, sharp, crisp, 90-degree bend. Let's open this up. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. Not bad, look at that. Let's see how it fits. Alright, there it is. Fits pretty good. I could clean it up now. Tweak it a bit more. Alright, let me get to it and I'll be back. Alright, so I got both tabs bent to the right angle, and it fits really nice. Just got to do some trimming. Use my angle grinder. I'll get it level. Just got to trim that tab, that little corner there. That's going to be a little tricky to get that same shape. I guess I'll cut this corner as best I can now, and then I'll see how I could do it using a file or the angle grinder. There's our front profile. Alright, let me get to it and I'll be back. So there it is, guys. There's my plate. Yeah, we had a little bit of an accident. Such a shame. It's so damn cold. The plastic is just so damn brittle. Hold on. That it just cracked this whole piece off as soon as I just pushed down a little. And I was being very gentle. Use crazy glue here to fix this. And the crazy glue won't even dry, so that means the crazy glue is bad. I will plastic weld it on the inside. And even this end cracked off here. So I will do my best to pretty this up. I guess I'll sand this and paint it too eventually. But the plate came out nice. I rounded off the edges. It's pretty much to the same shape, maybe just a little more tweaking. I'll use my angle grinder there. And should almost be done. And again, I'm probably going to paint it black. Yeah, I will, because nothing in the car is stainless steel, so it would stick out. So maybe just a little more tweaking to get it super tight. This side's good. There's always got to be one thing that screws up. Damn. But you won't see it. I'll sand it. Get it to look pretty, hopefully. And then I plan on getting some really cool switches. I don't want to say what I'm going to get yet. I'm going to get something different. Maybe I'll put 2 or 3. I don't know how much room I have in there. But you don't have much. You can only go maybe like 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It's kind of tight. 2 definitely, 3 maybe. But there it is. That's the plate which will house my switch. God, it would have been so much easier just to bought one. Now I got to deal with this thing. And it'll probably still come out like shit. And I probably won't even wind up using this. Oh, unbelievable. Alright. Let me just fiddle with this a little more and I'll be back. There it is. I sanded it to clean off any grease from the toaster oven that may have been left. That looks so good. Look how good that fits. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Awesome. Now we got to try to drill holes without deforming it. That's going to be the other difficult task. Damn, Mr. Wrench. I didn't even think it would come out that good. Maybe I should start selling these. What do you think? Would anybody actually buy this? Yeah, it's not worth it. Took too long. I just did that because you guys would probably appreciate it. Most of you guys were like, oh, damn, you're crazy. But look at that. That came out pretty good. Okay, so let's get back to this. That's how I'm going to set it up. I've got 3 switches, and that's where they have to be positioned. I would have liked to put 1 down here and then 2 up top, but it doesn't work because you got this indentation, this valley here. and the switches will, you know, come back to at least here. And then you have to solder the wire on, so you need like at least that much space. So I'm trying not to butcher this, even though I cracked the hell out of it. But I know Corvette owners are very fastidious, and they probably don't want to butcher this thing up. But the only thing you would have to do is just drill 2 small holes at the top. You don't even need to drill the holes on the bottom. When I screw this in, it's so firmly attached. Doesn't move. So that's how you will have to position the switches. It will have to go like that. So I went out and I looked for some good quality switches, and I found these. These are made by eswitches.com or eswitch.com, I forget. But they don't sell to the public, so I had to go to one of their vendors. You could get these in a whole bunch of different configurations. This one, the button is a flush mount. Now, this is an on-off switch. It's not a momentary switch. And this outer ring illuminates. You could get it in different colors. I wanted blue, but the vendor I was dealing with only had it in green. So this is basically 16 millimeter. And what is 16 millimeter? 16 millimeter is the diameter of the hole that you have to cut out. So I got 3 of these. So when you push them, they'll illuminate green. You could also get them so that when you start the car, they'll be like red, and then when you push them, they could be green or they could be blue, whatever you want. There's a million different configurations. And you could also get with the switch where the switch is not, this is flush mounted. You get where the switch protrudes out. But I just wanted a clean look, so I just went with this setup. So let me figure out the center of these holes. Let me get my punch. I'll put a punch and then I'll drill them out. Then we can mount the switches. Basically, like this line here and this line here, you can barely see. That's the space you have to work in. You know, you have only that much space to work in. And then because of that valley there, it just has to be set up like this. So this is the best way I could come up with. So let me figure out the centers and punch them and get them drilled, and then we can insert these switches. Alright, let me get to it. I'll be back. Let me just show you guys something. So you see this line here and this line here. How did I figure out how to mount these? So pretty simple. I measured the center of this channel and I measured the center of this channel. Because again, the switches are going to come back far, so the switch has to fall into this channel in order for them to fit properly. So I figured out the center, and I transferred the line up here, did the same on the other side. So the switches will fall into this little channel here, the 2 bottom ones. So that's why you see the marks like that. So if you're going to try this, you're going to wind up having to do the same thing. All right, let me get back to it. I'll be back. So there it is, guys. There, got the holes cut with my step drill bit, and I had to do a little bit of grinding to smooth out the edges. And there it is. So I'm going to paint it black, and these will obviously stay like that. You could get these in black anodized, in clear, which is what these are, or stainless steel. They call this clear. I don't know why. So that's that. Okay, now I'm going to sand it and sand it down, paint it, and that should be it. Alright. And of course, as you see, the switches fall into those channels there, and they work out. That was a lot of work. Alright, let me get to it and I'll be back. Okay, so I scuffed it up, and I'm getting ready to paint it. And I'm going to use this. That's the last time I used it. So it's been a while. Hopefully it works well. Alright, let me get to it and I'll be back. Alright, so we've got 2 coats of primer. Just letting it dry. Came out good. Then I'll probably put just 2 coats of semi-gloss enamel black. And then 2 coats of clear. And then we should be done. And of course I got like a speck of dust right there. Oh well, I'll let it dry, and I gotta go to work. So I'll probably paint it either late tonight or tomorrow. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so there it is after 2 coats of black semi-gloss enamel. I am now going to spray 2 coats of this. It's basically clear gloss. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so there it is after 2 coats of clear. So next I'll install the switches. And we should be done. It's wet right now. I just sprayed the 2nd coat. It's not dry. But that's pretty much how it looks. Alright, I'll be back. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the finished product. As you can see, it fits perfectly. It looks good. Still have use of this. Flips down. Pretty nice. I must say, I do impress myself sometimes. Well, it came out pretty good. Let's pull it out for a second. So that's after 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of enamel, 2 coats of gloss. Clear coat. You don't even need to use the screws on the bottom. I just might trim these down because they stick up high. Then I could kind of see the screw heads. Hold on, let me get a light in there. See that? Just like a little cleaner look. So that's pretty much it. Now to run the wires, I could drill a hole in the bottom or the top or the side here. But then I would have to do the same here. Well, maybe not on top. Hold on, let me turn the flash on. Okay, so maybe I could make a hole in the top and tuck the wires in, but I don't know if that'll work. Now figuring out where to make the holes for the wires to get this thing to operate like this properly, it's going to be tough. See, I was just thinking to do it on the side, but I can see that's not going to work. No. You'd have to cut like a channel or a groove through here in this inside cover. So that'll be the next obstacle, to try to figure out where to put the wires. There's no openings. This is like completely sealed off. Yeah, that's like completely sealed off. It'll be interesting. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to do the wiring. Alright, so I hope you guys like this. I'm gonna be selling these on my website soon. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a website. I'm not gonna be selling them. It's just too much work. Alright. So, let me get to it and I'll be back. Let me figure this out. Bye-bye.